So I'm going to show you how to make this scarf out of a t-shirt. It's really cute, I think, and it's really in right now. I've seen scarves like these in magazines a lot lately, and on the stars and all that. And I don't know, I just think it's really cool and unique, and no one will have a scarf like this if you make it yourself. And yeah, it's really simple and a really cool way to recycle your old t-shirts. For your supplies, you'll need a pair of scissors, your old t-shirts, and you might need some chalk. I'm not going to be using chalk because I have a striped t-shirt, and so if you get a striped t-shirt you can just cut on the lines and up to the lines, but if you don't, then you'll probably need chalk so that your lines are straight and all that, because otherwise it's going to be really difficult. So just get some of that, and it'll wash right off. So if you get it on, like I have some here, and it'll just come right off, so don't worry about it. You can just take a rag to it or just put it in the wash machine and it'll be fine. And then you can also have some optional things like beads. You can get big beads and put the strings through them and then just tie knots at the end, and you can have beads on your scarf if you want. And I've also seen some pictures of them with buttons on the scarves, and I thought that was cool. And you can tie them together, I've seen too, like just randomly put knots or put knots up here, or do anything like that. Like, you can put all kinds of stuff on these scarves, and so I think that's cool too. So the first thing we're going to do is lay out our shirt, and right under the armpits is where we're going to start cutting, and we're going to cut all the way across, and so then you'll have a top part and a bottom part. Now I have my line, so I'll just cut across this line, but if you don't have a striped shirt, then this is when you would get out your chalk and just do a nice line across, and then do the same thing on the back, and that way you have a nice straight line and know where to cut. So I'm just going to cut a hole like this in my shirt, and I could cut both sides at the same time, but I'm a paranoid person and I feel like I would mess up, so I'm just going to cut this side first, and then I'm going to go around and cut the back side. But you can do it whatever way you want. You might be a better cutter than I am, so that's up to you. Alright, so I'm done. So I have this top part, which I have no idea what to do with. So if you have any ideas on what I can do with this top part of my shirt, please put them in the comments below and I will see what I can do and maybe make a video out of it. That'd be really cool if you can find something. But do save this for, scraps or something. But this is what we want, this piece here. And what we're going to do with it is you have this part up here with the stitching on it from the t-shirt. Then you have this part down here where we cut. And we are going to do our slits on the side that is cut, not the stitched side, so that we have that nice part. I want to keep that nice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut our slits however long we want them. I cut these ones on this scarf that I'm wearing pretty long. I cut them like halfway up my scarf maybe, and I don't like them as long as they are, so this time I'm going to make them a little smaller. but it's up to you how long you want to make yours. So basically decide how long you want to make them, and if you don't have a striped shirt, draw a line all the way around your scarf so that you know all where you're cutting to. You could even do like longer ones and then shorter ones and longer ones and shorter ones. Do a bit mix if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. And so yeah, just put your line across. I'm just going to cut up to my already done lines. So you can start anywhere you want, really. Just start cutting. And then you want to make each one about the same distance, but it doesn't really matter how much you do. I'm going to do about ½ an inch. But you could do an inch, you could do way less than that. Like, it depends on how you want your scarf. I mean, you could do some that are thicker, some that are thinner. I mean, there's a whole variety of things that you can do with your scarf. And I recommend that if you're putting beads on, to make them smaller, but if you're putting buttons on, you probably want to make them bigger. So, it just depends on who you are. And that's all you're going to do, really, is just go and cut all these pieces all the way around. After you've finished cutting all your strips, you can put your beads on, or put your buttons on, or tie the knots if you wanted to do that. Anything that you wanted to do to the flaps you want to do now. And then I'm just going to show you how to put this on. So what we're going to do is first make sure it's not inside out. And then you're going to want to put it on with the tassels facing towards you. So this part's facing out and the tassels are facing towards you. And then you're just going to wrap it around just like that. So you make an X, put your face there again, and then I'm just going to have to fix it all the way around. And there you go. So thank you for watching Beauty from Trashes. If you enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter.